importance of being professional on your Instagram, but also bringing personality at the same time. Welcome to our podcast. It is Christmas themed. As you can see, we are in trees looking ridiculous, and our Christmas tree has half of it decorated because our 1.5-year-old girl would just completely rip out the lights if we had her.
Yeah, we're trying to, I think we're so used to it. And the reason why I put this behind us today, because we could have shot it somewhere else, is that I did want to show that things aren't always as glamorous and fun as it may seem. And we're in a stage of life right now where we can't always get like the cutesy fun things, like a perfectly decorated Christmas tree.
It's like Instagram versus reality.
Yeah,
you know?
I've seen some people like put like a cage around their tree for like their dog or their baby, but I felt like, why don't we just decorate half of it? I mean, we still get the Christmas tree. It's still, the vibes are there. But yeah.
But funny story is we actually went to Target and they ran out of our lights. So that was also.
So that was, it added on to the lights on the bottom, but the ornaments we purposely decorated halfway.
Sure.
But yeah, we ordered the biggest Christmas tree we've ever had this year, which is also really fun, just in business and in life to be able to do that was absolutely awesome. But yeah, and then we also thought it would be fun. We got these costumes for an Instagram video. We thought it'd be hilarious to shoot an entire podcast in them, even though I'm really hot already. I don't know about you. I think it's because my ears are inside this, but it is so warm. But yeah, we're going to talk about a serious conversation here. Never gets too serious around here. We like to have a lot of fun in these podcasts. But yeah, I want to talk about ways that you feel, maybe I want to start off with like how you learned to bring personality onto a business Instagram. This is something that from the beginning, I know we've always had kind of the same feelings that we want it to be really professional. But yeah, what ways in the beginning do you feel like brought personality, and then what ways have you learned to do it even better over time?
I mean, I'm not the best at, to be honest, at making funny Instagram reels and all the things that a lot of people do that are really trendy. But one thing that I do is I show up on stories with my personality. So I keep a lot of my personal life and things that go on a regular basis, whether that's me, getting ready in the morning, showing my routine, or being with the kids. I like to show up that way and bring personality versus having a bunch of pictures and photos of things that are not skincare related, because if somebody's going to my profile, I want them to book an appointment.
Exactly.
I mean, I want people to get to know me, but that's, in my opinion, what stories and, highlights are for, so that people could kind of browse and get to know you. And I think it is really fun to bring in like a sprinkle of reels here and there. And I know a lot of people are better at it, and that just shows that maybe you can still professionally bring in personality with reels, but I'm just personally not good at it. Like I'm not funny.
You're funny. I think it's different.
It's
you
forced
could be
for me,
funny, but then coming up with like a funny idea for Instagram that you think other people would be funny.
Yeah, it doesn't come naturally to me. I mean, I hope that you think I'm funny.
I do think you're funny. That's why I said I disagreed with that, but I do also understand that when it comes to, you've had your funny idea that you told me today while you were getting ready about the St. Ives, and I was like, I don't think that's very funny. But there's also things that I've let you go like, okay, it's your Instagram.
You can't just say that.
Well, no, I didn't want to like. Well, I mean, you could say you're funny. I mean, maybe the comments will decide if they thought it was funny. You guys let me know
if this is funny. So I was thinking about posting my skincare routine, and the first product is like it's just subtly like I take a picture of my morning routine, and the first step is like a St. Ives cleanser, and just like people going to that and being like, what the heck? Why is she using St. Ives? And then just the next story, like saying, just kidding, like April Fool's status.
Yeah, I didn't laugh at it.
Like it would just be so like, it's ridiculous. I'm just like dumb funny.
I don't know if it's dumb. Maybe it's just not for me. And that's just fine. I think that's something that we've learned as well.
Maybe it's because I'm in the industry. I don't know.
Yeah,
you guys can say I'm not funny if you don't think I'm funny.
Or comment how funny that is, and everyone steals your idea. But one thing I wanted to mention too, when it comes to bringing personality, which I think is something that we didn't learn really quickly, but was posting like a family picture around like a holiday or a birthday, and we didn't do it right away on Instagram for maybe the first like 6 or 8 months or so, and you were like, hey, I want to post this family picture. And I was like, don't do it. That's a bad idea. Nobody wants to see your family. And you were like, no, I am going to post it. And it did well. Yeah. It got a lot of reach. And I think it also connected the audience really well to like who you are in your family and all that jazz.
I mean, you would be surprised at like the amount of things that people can relate to with you. So even my clients, me having kids and me having a family opens up so many doors for conversations. And to be honest, we can relate because majority of my clients have kids.
Yep.
So my clients actually feel more comfortable the fact that I'm a mom and I'm a wife, and it just opens up a lot of doors because I'm not kidding. A lot of people come to me, you know, for their first time, and I'll say, they'll talk about their kids, and I'm like, I can totally relate. You know, I have, you know, an 8-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. Then they're like, you have kids? And I'm like, yes, I do. I don't know. Like everybody has preconceived ideas, I guess. And it just opens up conversations to where people are like, oh, wow, like we can relate. I can trust you.
Yeah, I think that's really important. And if it's not about posting, I think just talking about those things in general on social media is really important. I mean, on in person with clients and starting that conversation, because that's what people are going to keep coming to you for when they feel like you're relatable, you understand them, you get them. And with that being said, I was thinking right now, for all the people who are watching this that don't have kids yet, I think marriage is also a really good one. Clients are curious about being married and if you're married and how long you've been married. I think another really good one is if you travel a lot. I mean, whatever your little things are, the main thing I would be careful and I would think about is that you do want them to be professional. Like imagine if it's a LinkedIn, post the same way on your business account that you would say post on a LinkedIn, where like potential recruiters or people who are hiring would see you. I think that is kind of important. Don't post like you would on your personal Instagram. Just keep that to personal, right? I'm not a big fan of like bikini pictures on business pages. I think that a lot of older audiences could immediately go like, oh, that's not the type of person I'd want to treat me. This is a person who's going to charge me $400 for something. And they look like, I don't know. I think between that, and then I've heard a lot of people talk about it as well, but people kind of like flexing the nice things they have on Instagram. I've heard other kind of business consultants recently talk about this a lot, that it's really hard for clients to, I don't know, kind of relate with you and get on the same page with you when it feels like you're spending their money to live an insanely lavish life to then show off to them. And I think a little travel is great here and there. Little vacations, everyone's happy for you to do those things. And it is a really good way to relate. If you go to Italy and your client's like, I was in Italy, or they see that you're in Italy and people want to talk about went to Italy 12 years ago. I think those things are amazing. I think, like I said, the LinkedIn idea, somebody just came up with now, and I don't know how familiar everyone is with LinkedIn, but I think that's kind of the best way to put it. Like post pictures that if you were looking for a job, you would be happy with a potential owner of a business seeing those and would get to know you better.
And I think that we don't think about we think about Instagram as like, you know, there's, you know, endless opportunities for appointments or whatever, but like truthfully it just takes like first impressions are everything. I mean, if somebody goes to your page and it's silly, but like somebody may not book an appointment with you because you're not like showing your work of what you showcase to do. Like if the first thing that they see is like you all over your Instagram of like you just traveling, they're like, oh, okay, this is like a travel vlog page. This isn't an esthetician page. But I also think that like also if you have like your favorite skincare, you have your favorite like products, beauty care, anything like that you can like post to your page as well. Your stories even, I just think that's like also relatable as well, because you're like, I've literally posted something before from Sephora and my clients were like, oh my gosh, I saw that you posted this. How did you like that? And like, it's so silly, but like us girls, we're like all about trendy things and we're like, oh my gosh, did you try that? Like, it's just fun showing up with your personality.
This is where I would be careful, in a marketing and understanding Instagram and the algorithm really well, is that there is a difference between your story and your feed with those things, because my biggest problem when you're pushing too much personal or say makeup or kind of your personal life onto your feed, if it doesn't hit like a good family picture or a big vacation, or something that people can feel relatable and commenting on, Instagram's not going to push that content out. And the more content you put out like that, Instagram is going to start to like unrank, not rank your content. So then every new piece of content that you put out that actually is relatable and is something for the audience to learn and get taught something, they won't see it anymore. So that's why I'd be careful. I think stories is the best way to do that. And people are browsing stories to see more things like that. I think by the time they get to your story, a lot of times they're already kind of sold on you. It's the last like point of touch to go like, let's see how much I really like you by seeing your stories. Let's see how you communicate what things you're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, if you think about it, like your business, like your Instagram is your business. Like this isn't your like your personal page. Typically you have your business page and you have your personal page. So why not focus and like put every effort into your own Instagram and sprinkle in those moments of travel and what your favorite things are, your family, whatever it is. Because it brings that like sprinkle of your life and your personality, but it's still keeping it professional. I mean, your true clients that like see you traveling too, I want to kind of go back, are going to be happy for you. I think when you're attracting the right clientele and like you kind of just like get each other, you're both kind of living similar lifestyles. I mean, for me, like I charge premium prices and all my clients travel. So if I'm traveling, they're like, ooh, like where'd you go?
Like,
you know,
finally, like get out there. Stop working so much. Like have fun with us.
And I think that like it really depends on your clientele, truly. Like, I mean, but like it all comes down to like the common denominator of your page is your business. So in my opinion, like be professional, but sprinkle it in as much as you can. I think like through stories on a daily basis, you can post like kind of whatever you want. And then like on your page though, that's like somebody going to your page, possibly booking an appointment.
I got one here. I got a good one I just came up with right now. Your Instagram profile is your business storefront. Right? Treat your Instagram profile, the feed itself, just like a storefront. If you want somebody to walk in and see something or that be their first impression of you, then don't post it. Now, if you're gutsy and you're like, no, this is it, this is who I am, then be who you are. I'm never going to tell somebody to like turn off their personality or don't be who they are. I never want to be a hater by what you post and what works for you and what makes you happy. But I think that's a really good way to think about it, is that are you going to post your lunch on your feed? Would you want a client to walk in and see you eating lunch in your storefront? Probably not, right? So let's display and show everything on the feed the same way that you'd be really happy if they walked in and saw it in a storefront.
That's a really, really good point. And I think that for our Instagram and like our feed and what we're doing on a regular basis, I think that's like really a reflection of like Instagram is going to push out your post to the wrong people if you're posting the wrong content. Like you're not going to get your ideal clientele or your ideal audience if you're posting like your life. You're going to get like lifestyle followers. You're not going to get like bookings. And whenever you do post skincare, for instance, it's not going to do well, which is like you want your skincare your post to perform better than your personal life, you know, because we want to push out our content to people who are going to be potential, clients.
Exactly. Well, that's the last point I had on that. I think that was an amazing conversation. I am very warm right now.
It's really hot. We can't even think right now. I am getting really hot. I run really cold. So for me to be hot right now.
This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and listening to this Christmas special Besthetician podcast. We probably will do maybe one more drop for the new year. I hope you guys had an amazing 2024. Let's start strong in 2025. Let's crush it. Let's keep learning. Let's grow with each other. But we'll see you in the next episode.